There we go. I wasn't even gonna vlog today. I need to shave and I need to clean up, and there's a lot of stuff on my memory card and computer I didn't finish editing yet. So there's gonna be a drive-through video, another turtle video. There's gonna be, this time it's a snapping turtle that attacks me, and it's pretty cool because he could totally take your fingers right off, man. Like it would fuck you up bad. It would, like, I'm not exaggerating to make it seem cool. Like, if your hand was in the bite zone, bro, you're missing a pinky. That's for sure. Oh man. So I don't have a ton of time to cruise. I don't have a lot of time to yap. Kind of got out of bed late. I barely slept again. I went from my bed to the couch to my bed to the couch thinking like, oh, that'll be more comfortable. Oh, the problem is I need a big space to stretch out, and probably am sore from starting skating again. But you know what? It doesn't hurt more than when I was a kid and used to skate and be sore. Like, I don't know. My stomach hurts. My stomach hurts every morning. What's wrong with me, Billy? I have to go get gas. Let's go get some gas. Es la taquera de El Paraíso. El Paraíso está muy delicioso, pero me gusta El Paraíso de McLean, mejor como, fuck my ass. Like, I should know Spanish better. I order my food in Spanish. I'm not like Gaijin doesn't know. Oh, Güero doesn't know. Tú eres un güero. No, yo soy italiano. Soy café. I like tacos. Yeah, it's gonna be a long day, man. I feel kind of discombobulated. Ow. Ow, my chest hurts. Ah! Oh. Ah. Ah. Oh, my chest is gonna pop. I need to take a week off work to sleep and not film. I'm gonna pump some gas. Look at this. Hey, get up off of that cock. Ugh. Yo, I should do some of these lives when I'm like doing other shit too. Oh, hello, man. Are you backing in? I should just like... I need a battery pack for the GoPro because it doesn't take like AC power. When it's plugged in, it doesn't just run the camera, which pisses me off. It should just be plugged in, because I could stick it out the sunroof with the cord plugged in, and it could just be like filming. I don't know. If I could film in 240 frames a second, and I could drive from one state to another, and I could condense that like times 60, that might be neat to watch. Also, I have to open my caffeine. Oh my god. Dude, I really don't feel like doing this today. I keep having flashbacks to the good old days. I miss my friends. I miss all the people that died. It's hard to get up in the morning. Half of the people that grew up in this neighborhood with me are either dead or in prison. Yo, I don't even fucking know why I decided to do a vlog today. I had to leave Geek-Ass and get on the road. I really don't have time for extra stuff, but whatever comes to my mind when I'm in this bizarre state will get captured on camera. That's cool. I prefer edited videos, but people like the idea of, oh, he said that when he was on the fly. He didn't have time to think of it and practice it. He said it on the fly. But that's usually how I do stuff when I film stuff anyway. I always had a camera with me. It was almost like an encumberment of like a knight with his armor and a sword, because I would always have like my skateboard in my camera bag or a backpack or something. I would always have gear with me in case shit was going down. Like, did we need to get a clip? Because like back when I could skate when I was younger and I had no fear, like seeing a set of stairs driving by and being like, dude, I gotta get a kickflip on that. I gotta get a kickflip on that. And then, like, you come back the next day and you film it. Yeah. Now, I gotta get a kickflip on that. I ain't doing that shit until I can do it up and down curbs again consistently. Just a curb. Something that's ankle high. Like a red curb that you might do slappies on. And that's a cool one. If you're just cooking and then you like kind of slam onto that juicy waxed up red curb and you just start sliding and then you just fucking pop off. Yeah. It's a weird feeling because you think that you would get stuck and like grip and get pitted, but you slide. the metal on that paint covered in wax. There's a combination there. Oh man, I'm so bored. I want to win the lottery so I can make my own slam metal. I want to make an industrial album, a slam metal album, and I would like to make a rap album. Right? I think that would be cool. Because, like, I don't know, man. Who else does that type of shit? People that are multi-genre people, sometimes they're just, like, not that good. But I kind of get hard for, like, underground hip-hop and rap. And I get fucking hard for, like, brutal slamming death metal and slam metal. Not the bro-y kind of slam. I mean, like, the really, like, broken 7-string guitar, guttural so low that it sounds like the sink drain. Yeah, like, stuff like that. And then scary industrial music, like edgelord, like Cyclone 9 type shit. Like, I'm good at that, too. And then, like synth pop. VMV Nation or whatever, a Pop Team Berserk. Something more synth pop, something more pain pop, like And One. That's a style I can do too. I feel stuck, like it's so funny. I would feel stuck. I'm like, all right, cool, the metal album's done. All right, can we put a rap song on it? Why? It's a metal album. Yeah, but I just thought of this bar in my head when I was writing the lyrics for the song. I like... What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Are you kidding me? Dude, something just went streaking across the sky like a fireball. What the fuck was that? That was a meteorite. Guys, that was a fucking meteorite. No way. Like, I've seen a couple shooting stars. I've seen some, like, dude, that thing had a tail on it, bro. I wonder if we're gonna see that in the news. That's not common for, like, I know, like, in some, like, the outskirts of Siberia, like, they have a lot of, like, meteorites that, like, land and whatever. And, like, they have, like, weird precious metals and, like, compounds we've never seen. But, like, I haven't seen any shit like that in my lifetime. What was that? What the fuck was that? It was just a plane. No, it was like a flaming thing with a tail behind it. Whoa, that was fucking... It probably didn't make an impact. It was probably burning up in the atmosphere. But that was cool. That was cool. That's like the 5th shooting star I've seen. Actually, I've seen a lot of meteor showers. The thing is, most of the time they're so small, and then you see that cool, like that light when it's hitting the atmosphere and it combusts. That's cool or whatever. It never reaches the earth and it never reaches the ground. But if there's a really big one and it reaches the ground, an interstellar object, and it implodes in the ground, explodes, I should say. And dude, that's fucking cool. That little shit I just saw right now, that was definitely just burning up. But I'd like to think that there's big meteorites that hit the ground and we can go find them. Because, bro, if you find a meteorite and you sell it to, like, scientists, you give it to the Smithsonian, bro, you know, I wouldn't be like, I have to keep this because it's cool. I would be like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, it's worth like a unfathomable amount of money. They found a new element, and it's like they can make fucking cars and weapons out of it or whatever, and it's worth more than they give me. But yeah, no shit, guys. If you're in an area that has a lot of like, I don't know, aerial phenomenon, a lot of stuff going on in the sky, if you're in one of those places, I think like Nevada and like Siberia, like big open places, obviously, I guess, but I'm not smart. So if you're in one of those spots, dude, get a metal detector, right? Because a lot of times they're like dense with certain like ore, and you know, and they'll make a metal detector ping. Bro, if you could find a meteorite in the backyard, that's hella bucks. I'm not talking about like just like indiscernible fragments. I'm talking about like a chunk of a moon rock. Some space shit. You hear those stories where homeboy was like letting his dog out to take a shit, and he's like, "What's that?" And he like picked it up and took it inside, and then he's like, "Oh, this is a goddamn meteorite. It's worth fucking, I don't know, $1 billion. Okay, my life's different now." Sorry, man. I always have those not even dreams. I'll be dead ass asleep, and I'll be like, "Guys, I found gold." Like, I just have those weird dreams, like, because I like to explore and I like nature. And like, I guess the little kid in me is kind of just like, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Nickelodeon. Oh God, I'm so old. I'm actually not that old, okay? But like, those younger kids are finding Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark and like all the old Nickelodeon media. Some of it has become lost media. I'm not kidding you. Some of it has become lost media. Like, crazy. It's crazy to think about. Like, I'm at that age now where other people that are in their mid-30s are like, "Hey, do you remember this? Kinda. Oh, did it exist? Yes. Yes." Now there's just extensive documentation of everything. There's still lost media these days, right? But there's so much more traceability and internet shit and fucking, there's just a footprint of everything, right? Back then there really wasn't, unless you chose to upload it. So lots of cool lost media. Are you guys into that shit? Sorry, I'm extra talkative today because I think I got like a half hour of sleep. I got like a half hour of sleep, chat. Should I be driving a car? I don't know. Should you be driving a car? The last time I remember being this tired was when I was like a teenage fucknob, and I had Jägermeister at that kid Ted's house. Alcohol is yucky poison, but the Jägermeister tricks you because it's got all those like fucking medicinal botanicals. You're like, oh, my stomach doesn't feel like shit. It just kind of tasted like anise and licorice. Okay. If you don't like anise or black licorice, then you probably won't fuck with the Jägermeister. I'm the Grubermeister. Oh, that was such a good fucking show. Mission Hill. It was called Mission Hill. They had one season. It got dropped, and then Adult Swim played that one season over and over. It was supposed to be sold to Comedy Central, but then Adult Swim, and they played it over and over and over and over, and like, it was one of the funniest fucking shows, right? And then like a famous like ska or punk band did the theme song, like They Might Be Giants or like Real Big Fish or some one of those. Hey, pick it up, one of those bands, and it's a cool intro and everything. The art style's cool, the characters are cool, the dialogue is like kind of raunchy and like, hey dude, fuck, and like, and the characters are believable, and it's a show about your early 20s and like late teens, or it's a show about your late teens, early 20s. The main character is like 23, and like, it's funny because it came on the air when I went into middle school, and I was still relating to some of those situations. It was pretty funny. And then I revisited as an adult, like graduating high school, and I was like, yeah, what a fucking good show. I think Will Ferrell did a voice on it. Because this would have been, like, after that would have been, like, the Oblongs. Yeah, okay. That was an interesting show. I mean, I didn't always like it. But, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, #1 in the hood, G. Bro, you don't understand. You don't understand. Eages, you're stuck in the past. Grow up. No. There's like a perfect storm. I was 16 going on 17. Like a perfect storm. You don't understand. Aqua Teen Hunger Force was in like its 3rd season. And I'd already enjoyed the show. But like, I had discovered marijuana. No, not that I discovered marijuana. It's that I think I got my first bong. So it was like, yeah, I smoke, bro. Okay, I'm done. And then, oh, fuck. Let's go to Taco Bell. It was a perfect storm. I would watch that Adult Swim late at night, and then I would walk down to the neighbor kid's house. We would burn one. Dude, it was just kind of like that. Nowadays, nobody has time for anything. Do you remember how nonchalant it used to be? Like, I don't know, dude. I would get off work, and it would be like 7 p.m., whatever the shit job I worked at the time when I was young. And I would be like, all right, let's kick it. And I'd be up till like fucking 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg is at the motherfucking door. Dude, yeah, I just... So no, I'm not stuck living in the past. I don't ever want to be a vulnerable, shitty teenager again. But do I want the freedom of, like, being adult yet juvenile and just chilling, hanging out, doing rad shit, getting cool footage all day till I die? Yeah. I like getting footage, man. I don't know. I don't know why I stopped. Ow! That wasn't just my hand, that was my neck as well. Fuck, that cracking sound. If I were a girl, I would let my bros crack. Actually, I don't need to be a girl, I'll just let my bros crack. That's Republicans when they're home alone. I let my boys smash that shit, but I hate F words. I'm confused and I hate trans people, yet I cannot stop watching their pornography. Republicans at home, confused by their feelings. See, you know, both sides do it, right? And they say they find the most cringe, queer, disabled, blue hair, septum ring person, and they make them like, hey, this is what it is to be a leftist, to be like this. No. But when you actually go to a NASCAR event and you interview those people and they're like, hey, my name's Billy Bob and I fucking hate black people and I love pancakes. That is a real representation of the demographic. It's not just one of the most cringiest ones picked out for effect. No. It's like Republicans be like, they always interview the toothless hillbillies. You know, we're not all like that. Okay, how come there are so many interviews like that? You know, on the other side, you're just going to like a liberal left-wing kind of college or whatever, and you're finding the most weirdest looking queer disabled person. Maybe they're not ready to debate you, and then you just annihilate them. You just edgelord annihilate them. Yeah, that's stupid. Because guess what? I also hate blue-haired SJW type people. They ruin the fun for everyone. Alright? Okay? But you know what? They're exponentially less harmful than the violent fucking hillbilly right-wing fucking gun-toting fucking sucking off the dick of the cop people. Those people are dangerous. Okay? There's a difference between being cringe and being dangerous. That's why I'm like, okay, you found a fat, queer, bald, like, lesbian liberal to interview, and you're flustering them with all the facts you're spitting at them. That's not accurate representation. But then again, being a douchey college liberal isn't conducive to, like, violence. They want change. They might be ineffective. They might be going through a phase, right? But the right-wingers are actually dangerous because they have guns and they want to start a race war. They want to have an evangelical theocracy. That is dangerous. It's not only dangerous to the people they don't like, after they're done, how do I put this? Things will play their course in a totalitarian environment. Once the undesirables, once the disabled, the blacks, the queers, the gays, whatever they don't like, once the undesirables have been quarantined, well, what is left for authority? What is there left for authority to fuck with? You. Like, if you think that you're gonna start up like a dictatorship style a deal, right? If you think you're gonna start that up and it's never gonna come back and affect you, you're fucking wrong. We're gonna be living in fucking commie blocks, dude. We're gonna be fucking living in fucking rabbit holes, man. It's not fucking good, bro. So anyway, I'm not even making sense, but I just always wanted to make that point. It's like, yeah, the blue-haired septum ring fucking cringe liberals, they're fucking cringe, and they're ass, and they're do-nothing, like, bark loud, do-nothing liberals, right? They're cringe. I don't associate with them. They're stupid, right? But they're not physically dangerous. I cannot stress enough that, like, the riled up hillbilly Christians with guns think that they're ordained. There's nothing more dangerous than a madman. That is, a madman who believes that he has God on his side. And, like, I don't understand these white supremacists because the Bible, like, is pretty clear about, like, loving everyone. So where the hell does the white supremacist stuff even come from? The chapters about slavery? Is that what they use? The chapters about like be kind to your slaves, and they're like, no, they said it was okay. Like, I don't understand how many white supremacist groups come out of Christianity. It's not a coincidence, you guys. It's okay to stop going to church. It's not real, man. Don't let that shit rule your life. Don't let that shit rule your life. You know? How can you enjoy nature if it's just an accident? And it's not from a creator, blah, blah, blah. Okay, trees are still beautiful, no matter where or how it came from. Fuck, man, that doesn't matter. Religious people are just whack, man. I'm so glad I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. Look at the faithful sheriff, 50 years old, talking to kids on Fortnite. Stupid fuck. This is America. I don't care if you want to believe your thing, right? If you want to believe your thing in your building during your time, fuck, dude, do it. Awesome. Don't try to make your thing take over the country. These fucking right-wing Christians, they go, these crazy fundamentalist Muslims want Sharia law. You want a religious theocracy. You want a Christian oligarchy where people have to take Bible tests. So why do you like get mad at Muslims being like, oh, they want Sharia law? And you know, they, first of all, they can't, the right-wing fucking hillbillies, they don't know the difference between Sunni and Shia Muslim, and they don't know, like, we funded half of these groups, and then it's easy to just label things terrorists. Like, oh yeah, Hamas is bad. They're a terrorist group. It's like, no, they're a resistance group. Did they do fucking bad shit? Yes. Did they form out of a necessity to try and protect themselves? Yes. Did Israel and the United States fully fund them at a different time when we created them to go after other parts in the Middle East? Yes. You know, Al-Qaeda, Hamas, all of the groups that people are like terrorists, Allahu Akbar. There's like doctors and scientists in those groups, you guys. They just want to live in their own place without getting exploded into a million pieces and their guts and viscera and gore everywhere. Like, you guys, it's sickening. It's sickening. I'm kind of all over the place today, but when I got hired at my company, I love where I work, but it's going to be time to say bye-bye soon. Like, 1 year into working, we got acquired by the Israelis. And there's no laws against it. There's no sanctions. So, I work for a manufacturing plant that just got commandeered by evil people. The old CEO and boss and owner was leaving, sold the company. The fact that they can come in, commandeer a company where we make parts for Americans, and then we have to make contract parts for them. You know, they go into like tanks and planes and stuff. They're just killing the fucking shit out of people. And the invoices are like 2 million, 3 million, 1 million, 5 million when I'm shipping and I'm seeing the invoices. It's just so evil. It's just so evil, and I don't have a way out of the job. And it really sucks because like before, it was just not like that. And I just don't understand how there's not laws against that. The Israeli government came in, commandeered my shop, and was like, yeah, you're making parts for us now. How does it, it wasn't just like an acquisition. It was a takeover. But also, I don't even know how that fucking works, bro. Guy on an electric scooter coming down traffic. I had to rub my nipples at him. What an ass. Oh, Eages, he's just got to get to work too. Yeah, bro. On an electric scooter, where the speed limit is 50 miles an hour. Yikes. Yikes. At that point, I'd just ask for a ride. That's more dangerous than riding a bicycle. Shit. Scooters are fucking dumb. Scooters are rollerblades. They're like the modern version of rollerblades. So I don't know. I'm just flabbergasted of how an evil empire overseas, like Israel's like the size of New Jersey, you guys. Do you understand? And they're like commanding the world's largest, like we're losing our grip, but we're still the hegemonic fucking force. We're still, because we run on American exceptionalism that's toxic as fuck, and we view everywhere else as a monolith as less than us. That's really what helps racism just flourish, is just the idea that we live in a place like this. And people are like, oh, well, you're brown, you're Muslim, you must be a terrorist. And they're like, how do I articulate what I'm trying to say on no sleep? To view a group of people as a monolith like that, like, we blew up a girls' school. And then when rescuers came, we hit it with rock again. Like, that's evil. And then people are like, well, there's collateral damage in war. You know, they were hitting a military, they were engaging a military target, and there was some splash over. No, we intentionally struck that building. Then we struck it again when the rescuers were showing. That's called a double tap, okay? It's not Geneva Convention, but it's not cool. All the rescuers and reporters and everyone came after the initial strike, and then we shot them again. We killed like 72 little girls, and then people are like, well, Hamas must have been hiding in the basement. Collateral damage, casualties of war. It just happens. But people have this mentality, they're all terrorists. Like, could you imagine if someone over there is like, all the Americans are terrorists because they don't have individual thoughts. They are all a group, and they all want us to die. So let's just drop a bomb on Denver, Colorado, just a random place. And then what if they were like, you know what? American soldiers that were going to kill us were hiding in there. In that parking garage by that ski resort. Yeah. Like, think about it with the script flipped. If you really give a fuck about humanity and not this two-side shit, then you give up the Republican shit and fucking just shake your brain loose of all that violent fucking retardation that you learned. Okay? Because if you look at the footage, it's just like guy walking his dog. He's gonna go like, you know, like, there's like American chains over there, whatever. There's a guy fucking walking his dog. He's gonna go to like Jimmy John's, right? It's all in Arabic or whatever. And he's just walking his dog. There's a baby stroller, a missile, and half a building explodes. Like, why is it terrorism? Why is it terrorism when, like, Timothy McVeigh blows up the federal building? But it's not terrorism when we just fucking destroy people's lives. We just destroy people's lives. And then we destroy things everywhere. And we go, why do people hate us? And then the dumbest motherfuckers ever to fucking drag their knuckles on this motherfucking planet are like, they hate us because of our freedoms. They hate us because of our freedoms. Bro, you know they have universities, colleges, and they're smart. They're just other people. They're just a different, like, When they were creating their skin on the video game character select screen, they picked a different person. We still have brains and hearts. So it's like, we cause all this destruction all around the world. And then Pete Kegsbreath and the morons that be are like, well, we have to attack them first so that we're safe. We have to make sure that we just cripple all the terrorist cells so we're safe. Hey, keep blowing up civilians, and we're going to get 9/11 Part 2 and 3 happening. You're so stupid. We have to go kill them over there so we're safe. How does making people... Dude, let's say I was one of those people, I woke up and like my whole family got exploded by a bomb. I'm dedicating my entire life. I'm dedicating my entire life to fighting the American machine at that point. You're creating enemies. You're creating danger. Leave it alone. Fuck Netanyahu. Fuck dying for Israel. Fuck their apartheid regime. Fuck their genocide. Fuck their illegal occupation in the West Bank. Fuck those settlements. Fucking blow them up. Fucking stupid fuckers. We are the bad guys. We are the bad guys. How are people too fucking retarded to see it? We're the bad guys. We're helping them. Going into Beirut? Why is Lebanon? Why are we helping them with the greater Israel? And then the fucking evangelical Christians are like, well, Israel's been around forever and it's the kingdom and the chosen people. Israel's been around since 1945. You dumb fucks. You stupid ass motherfuckers. And then the Jews, they rape the shit out of people and kill them and dismember them. No one gives a fuck. They just do whatever they want because they consider anybody an enemy combatant, even a civilian. It's all a whole thing. And Gavir, he passed the law where they can hang anyone who's considered a combatant. So they could just like say like, hey, you threw a rock at us, and then, yeah, fucked up. And then they can rape them also. Okay? We pay for that. We support that. Fuck. Hey, evangelical Christians, those Jewish people, they laugh at your God. They mock your Savior. Why the fuck would you go die for them? I might be an atheist, and I don't believe that this bullshit is real. But you Christians, those Israelis, they laugh at your God. They actively mock and humiliate and make fun of Jesus. Just saying, you guys. Anyway, it's just so insane that not only that, but Eages, it's just the corrupt government. The people aren't violent. They don't reflect those. Look at settlers in the West Bank. They just shoot indiscriminately. Like, I don't want to be like tagged for saying racially heated things or whatever, but like 99% of the time it is the government and the people are suffering. This is a situation where like they've done polling and they've done tests. Over 90% of the population views Palestinians as animals to be executed. Grandmas, moms, regular ass people within the society. Not soldiers, not the evil corrupt politicians, not Ben Gavir, not BB boy, okay? None of them. So they also like to do the victim complex. Anti-Semite. You try to call them out for mutilating babies and raping old ladies. Anti-Semite. Keep hiding behind that. You guys are going to get fucking nuked off the planet. The more evil you commit, oh, dude, it's just stacking up. It's going to come back. It's going to blow back in an insane amount. You're going to see the Turks and the Kurds and all these people that like fight the Armenians, you're going to see people that have bad history together. They're going to team up and they're going to fight you. But this is the last point I wanted to make before I started, is that they use what happened to European Jews to justify their atrocities across the world. They're like, Holocaust happened to us. Don't you understand? And that's one of those weird whataboutisms that Fox News people do. It's like you're trying to debate them on an issue and they're like, well, what about drag queens around young kids? It's like, well, we're not even talking about that. What does that have to do with the... How do people fall for whataboutisms? Like, especially ones that aren't connected to the subject. Anyway, I may or may not have taken a small pill I found on the ground, and I feel very strange. No, I'm just kidding. The last point I really wanted to make is that the Holocaust was disgusting. Hitler was a very evil person. The murdering and singling out of Jews, disgusting. Sick fucking human being. And he was one of those people that got people riled up politically, and he got people to actually start being like, yeah, that's a good idea. Exterminate, right? That was horrific. That's horrendous. That's awful. I'm not trying to downplay that in any way. But you've got Israeli nationals using what, oh, these European Jews went through this, so it's okay for us to just massacre everybody everywhere. First of all, that wasn't even you guys. It was not the Israeli state that went through that. The Israeli state wasn't even established yet. It wasn't until after the Nakba when they drove out all of the Palestinians and for just shooting the fuck out of them and sending them to Egypt and sending them to Beirut and all these places. But dude, how stupid are people when they're like, well, the Holocaust happened to them and like people have always hated them. You know, they got it bad. So like, you know, they just got to defend themselves. They have a right to defend themselves. Sovereign state has a right to defend itself. Overkill and mutilation is not self-defense. War crimes is not self-defense. Starving, raping, beheading, exploding, double tapping, and fucking, controlling the food and doing a complete genocide, that's not self-defense. October 7th, fucking bad. It was bad. I don't want innocent people to die. But like, do you realize those casualties are a direct result of the blowback of the violence you've been doing for decades and decades and decades? So it's like, can you believe people like Hassan said we deserve 9/11? What a sick terrorist supporting fuck. That's not what they mean. They mean like we've been just creating blood and blood and blood in the sand, blood in the sand, blood in the sand for decades and decades and decades. People finally snap and they're like, fuck these motherfuckers. They have to understand. And then the news goes, well, they're Muslim and they hate our freedoms. What? No, they don't want to get exploded anymore. Fuck. It's simple. They don't want to get exploded for their natural resources anymore. Do you want to be an 11-year-old kid who's like, is that a drone or an airplane? Every 2 seconds. Do you want to live like that? That's what we do to other people. But because we put them in a box and they're a monolith, oh, they're primitive brown people that live in the desert. They don't even know how to wipe their ass. That's how we... Everyone's got an iPhone. Everyone plays Xbox. Everyone everywhere all around the fucking world has TVs and technology. You go to the fucking Congo and you go to like Ghana, West Africa, you go everywhere. People have cell phones. People have stuff. It's like you're treating a developed nation like an uncontacted tribe. You racist fucking shits. And then they hide behind the anti-Semitism line. But, dude, I cannot stress enough that they are using the Holocaust and anti-Semitism to justify their evils around the world. But that was Jews that migrated to Europe. They were not Israeli nationals that were getting targeted in their homeland, getting exploded. And that's not how the Holocaust happened. Hitler blamed the Jews for sabotaging and losing World War I. He campaigned on a greater Germany Make Germany great again. He did. I'm not even exaggerating, you guys. The parallels are uncanny. But he went, make Germany great again. I'm going to unify everybody. We will be one Germany again. And we'll get rid of the people that lost us the war. We'll extradite them. He didn't outright say, like, we're going to have a murdering campaign. He slowly, until he's like, dude, these Jews, we can't do this anymore. They fucked up our society. We got to just do it. Do you agree? And, like, he got people's brains, like, the frog in the pot? You turn up the heat real slow so it doesn't know it's being boiled, That's what Hitler did, right? And he attacked all those people. Did he go into Israel and do bombing campaigns? Did he go into Israel and start massacring and putting people into ovens there? No. So it's like you're clinging to this thing that you didn't even live through. You're using an atrocity. It's perverted. It's fucking 100% perverted to use an atrocity that was fucking one of the most disgusting things, right? And it's not even the only genocide that's happened. There's been so many massacres through history. It's just one of the really notable ones from modern times. Think about how it's not that long ago, and that's really crazy. But anyway, I want to pound this fucking point home. I cannot stress enough. The caffeine kicked in. You can tell I'm not meandering anymore. They're using the Holocaust as a shield to commit their war crimes. But, like, why are not more people mad that they're allowed to rape people? And they pass that. And they, like, give soldiers and civilians condoms so they can rape people. Yes. Yes. Like, it's not good, guys. That's not good. When you could just go kick in someone's door and hold them at gunpoint and you're stealing their house in the West Bank and they're like, hey, get the fuck out of here, and they show any sign of aggression, then they're considered a prisoner of war or a combatant, whether civilian or in, let's be honest, there's no suited up military guys anymore. They're just shooting women and children. Because they've been destroying their population for so long. The people don't live past fucking 20-something. So whoever did survive is old, and whoever is growing up is young, obviously. It's fucked up. And so they could just be like kicking the door. Oh, yeah, they fucking threw a rock at me. And then they could just fucking murder them or rape them. They're allowed to just fuck people. They don't tell you that on the news. CNN, MSNBC, all the liberal outlets, they're complicit. They're just as bad as Fox News with the stuff. Like even evil racist people like Tucker Carlson are like, hey, let's not die for Israel. I never thought I would agree with that motherfucker on anything. Stupid shithead, racist, white supremacist cocksucker. Fucking son of a fucking frozen food empire. Fucking dickhead, never had to work a day in his life. Fucking sucks off dudes in the gas station bathroom at the Quick Stop. But I never thought I would agree with him on anything, but yeah. Both sides of the aisle take the AIPAC money. It's so gross. A place the size of New Jersey is controlling the United States and having our men and women go die. I have friends in the military. I might be a fucking communist leftist, anti-violence, whatever. I have friends in the military, and they very much believe in protecting this country. Do you think I want my buddies to go fucking die in the sand for some fucking stupid hat-wearing cocksuckers? And it's like, oh, don't get racist. But it's like, when you hear them speak, they're like backwards, fucking back in time, weird. We have to kill them. We have to kill them for God. We're God's chosen people. That's what they seem like. So like those racist cartoons from the 20s that are really bad, it's like you're not exactly doing the opposite of those, you guys. But then again, you have idiots like Joe Rogan that's like, it's not racist. Jews do control money and the entertainment industry. Like, no, that's a trope. That's a stereotype. That's not good. But dude, we're just sending so much money and so much military gear to them. And I see the invoices after they took over my company. I have no fucking way out right now to get a better job. And every day I wake up and I'm like, cool, I'm contributing to people suffering. Cool, I'm contributing to people suffering. And I'm just trying to, I need to stay here for another year till I can switch jobs because I have to pad out my resume. So, I mean, I've been here 7 years. And it was only during year 2 that they like took over. And it fucking pisses me off. But yeah, not only do they hide behind atrocities committed against European Jews, not Israeli nationals, they rape people. That one really gets me. Can you just go into the house and do an illegal settlement? Can you just shoot them in the face? I can't believe I'm saying that, but like, can you just kill them and let them die? Do you have to rape them? Do you really have to rape them? They're like, in the Bible it said, I don't know, man. Do you really have to go raping grannies and kids? You do realize they just do it to everybody. It's like, it doesn't matter. Like, to them, the idea, it's like, it's not pedophilia because God gave us dominion over these people and this is our chosen land. So we will rape whoever is there. We will kill whoever is there because they are our property. Like, why is this okay? Why are we supporting this? People with the AIPAC money were like, why? It's really sick, man. It's really sick. It's like really sick. And I get a behind the scenes look at what's going on, man. Okay? You don't even understand. These people from overseas, they run the whole fucking company show. Like, they are in the port in Ashkelon, okay? They come in, and I hear them talking amongst themselves in English, and they're like, ha 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 ha, and they're laughing about killing kids and shit. They think it's hilarious. And then they're telling each other, like, you must crush the egg of the snake. You must crush the baby snake for it grow up to be cobra or some shit like that. They're talking about killing kids because they'll grow up to be terrorists. And they're like laughing their asses off. And I just have to hear it and it traumatizes me too. So, anyone out there, can you hook a brother up? Can you hook a brother up with a $40 an hour job? Please? Can you hook a brother up with a $40 an hour job if you see this video? So I can leave this fucking disgusting piece of shit war machine fucking thing? Anyway, that's the bottom line. If you didn't know, now you know. Israelis and IDF soldiers are allowed to just rape people and murder people in the West Bank. Yep. All they have to do is start a little confrontation, and then call the soldiers in, and that's it. They rape children, they rape grannies, they rape men and women, okay? They're probably raping their pets too, okay? They're really sick people. Anyway, Christian evangelicals are like, well, Jesus has to come back for the end times. So you know what? They don't believe in Jesus. They think he's fake. This is the one last thing I will say, because I am getting super ranty because I'm getting more caffeinated. But why would the same God create Islam, create Christianity, create Judaism, and they all are in conflict with one another? Why would the same God create three religions that all conflict with each other? Maybe it's fake. Maybe it's fake. All right. Peace out, guys. I gotta go. I have a lot of video editing to do today. I will be uploading probably 3 or 4 new videos. Be ready to see the clip of me with the snapping turtle. And I might do some gaming with no face cam today because I'm cleaning up the studio and moving things around. And I might just broadcast some gameplay. All right. Thanks. You've been awesome. Peace.